Hey guys, today we're going to make a lovely wild strawberry, verbena, pistachio and elderflower dessert. It's a tartelette filled with pistachio praline, a lemon cream, a basil and verbena sorbet and a strawberry cocktail. So, let's begin. First, the verbena and basil sorbet. Remove the core from 5 apples and juice them for 450 grams of apple juice. You can also use store-bought apple juice, but I still had a couple in the fridge and I really had to use them. Now also add 30 grams of lemon juice, 90 grams of sugar, 60 grams of glucose syrup, 20 grams of basil leaves and 50 grams of verbena leaves. Blend this till smooth. The color should be an even green, otherwise your blender isn't strong enough or you didn't blend it long enough. Then add 2 grams of ice cream stabilizer and blend it for another 30 seconds. I use step 2000. Once smooth, pass it through a fine sieve and then let it rest overnight in your fridge. The next day you can pour it into an ice cream machine and turn it into a beautiful sorbet. It's best to serve the sorbet as soon as possible, but otherwise keep it covered in a freezer that's around minus 12 degrees Celsius. Now for the lemon and vanilla cream. Mix 300 grams of cream with 200 grams of milk, 100 grams of egg yolk, 100 grams of sugar and 40 grams of cornstarch. Then cut half a vanilla pod in half and scrape out the seeds. Add both to the pan together with the zest from 1 lemon. I use a fine microplane, but you can also use a super thin peeler. Now mix it well and then while stirring bring this to a boil to thicken it. Because the fat content is so high, it's possible the cream might split. To fix this, just add a splash of water and mix it till it's fully emulsified. After that, pass it through a fine sieve to remove the lemon zest. Using a ladle will make this a lot easier. Then cover it and let it cool down in your fridge. Once cold, transfer it into a piping bag that's fitted with a small round nozzle and then keep it in your fridge for later. Now for the tartelette. Transfer 160 grams of flour in your worked up and use the bowl to make a well in the middle. Fill it with 60 grams of water, 15 grams of egg yolk, 20 grams of sunflower oil, 30 grams of sugar and 3 grams of salt. Then start mixing it with a fork and when it starts to thicken, knead it into a nice ball of dough. Once it's a nice dough, cover it and let it rest for at least 1 hour in your fridge. After that, flour your worked up and roll out the dough till it's around 2 to 3 millimeters thin. If you're having some trouble with rolling out the dough, let it rest some more. Then cut it with a big round cutter and place the circles on the big tartelette mold. Find more information in the description of this video. Press it down and then place the tops on the bottom. Bake them at 160 degrees Celsius for around 40 minutes till golden brown. Now let them cool down for 5 minutes before leveling the top with a fine grater. Then keep them dry and covered for later. Now for the elderflower gel. First we'll make an elderflower syrup. Pick enough elderflowers from the stems for 80 grams. Then mix 500 grams of water with 400 grams of sugar. Now cut a lemon in half and add 40 grams of the juice. Bring this to a boil. Once it's boiling, turn off the heat and directly add 80 grams of cleaned elderflower. Make sure it's submerged and then let it marinate overnight in your fridge. The next day you can pass it through a fine sieve and then the syrup will be great to use for desserts, cocktails or as a simple but delicious lemonade. Now pour 150 grams of the syrup into a saucepan together with 100 grams of ginger beer, 40 grams of lemon juice and 3 grams of agar powder. Mix this well and then bring this to a boil for 30 seconds. Then pour it into a bowl and let it cool down in your fridge. Once it's cold and set, transfer it into a blender and blend it till smooth. Now pour it into a piping bottle and keep it in your fridge for later. Then the pistachio praline. Mix 150 grams of sugar with 50 grams of water and caramelize this on a medium heat till it's a golden brown caramel. Once golden, add 150 grams of pistachios and caramelize it while stirring for another 3 to 4 minutes. Then pour it on a silicone sheet, spread it and let it cool down out of the fridge. After that, transfer it into a blender with 4 grams of salt and blend it till it's a praline that still has some texture, so not too completely smooth. Now pour it into a bowl and keep it out of the fridge for later. Then for the strawberry broth. Normally I use frozen overripe strawberries, but these ones were so good and even cheaper than frozen. First clean enough strawberries for 500 grams and transfer them into a pan with 30 grams of elderflower and 50 grams of sugar. Cover the pan with a lid and let the strawberries cook on a low heat till it's completely softened. This takes around an hour. Then drain the broth through a fine salt sieve or a kitchen paper to clarify it. Let this drain in your fridge for at least 30 minutes so you don't waste a single drop. Keep it in your fridge for later. Now we can start to finish the dessert. First, fill the bottom of the tartelette with the praline and pipe the vanilla lemon cream on top. Now cover it completely with the cleaned wild strawberries. Pipe the elderflower gel in between and decorate the tartelette with small verbena leaves and elderflowers. Then finish the dessert with a nice canal of the verbena and basil sorbet and serve it straight away with the beautiful strawberry broth. Okay guys, that's it for today. Super happy with the result. The dessert looks incredible. You have all the vibrant colors of the beautiful strawberries, the delicious broth, the ice cream, the sorbet, and then the little elderflower in between. I mean, it looks spectacular. The tart is still very crispy. The texture is still very crispy. And I love that recipe to use for something when you pour a broth. Because normally when you have a normal sablé dough and you pour a broth, it soaks up all the broth, all the liquid, and then it turns soggy instant. And with this recipe, you have a lovely crispy shell that stays intact, as you can see. So definitely recommend this recipe. But enough talking, let's dig in. As the sun is shining outside, it's okay. The sun is shining outside and it's a beautiful day to have these lovely, crispy and vibrant flavors. I mean, yeah, that's perfect. This is so good. Like I said, the delicious ice cream, that's really one to die for. The sorbet, it's too good. Yep, the really lovely cream with the little touch of lemon zest, the vanilla, a beautiful texture, the crispy tart shell, really nice wild strawberries. I mean, what's not to love? Yeah guys, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Like and share the video. And please subscribe if you want to support my channel and if you don't want to miss any great dishes, recipes and new techniques. And as always, bon appetit.